Coming up next, Weeknight with Ellie Muller. That's right, it's coming up next on the one and only Nick at Night. When late night TV breaks, we fix it. From the gorgeous YouTube Dome Show, not too far away from the biggest hairbrush in the world, it's Weeknight with Ellie Muller. Tonight, a conversation about hairbrushes with MP, Burgers, Toys Gaming Spot, and Anthony Shoutout. Ladies and gentlemen, say hello to a man who's going to talk about hairbrushes tonight. Oh boy, do not rush away, because here he is, Mr. Ellie Muller. Ha! Welcome to Weeknight Update. My name is Ellie Muller. What's up? Alright, the theme song was composed by David Mantis Piano and Toys Gaming Spot and Anthony Showbot slash Anthony Show, the Sport Coaches and Opening, are responsible for some of the things that you'll see in here on this program tonight, and they are Shoutout Spotlight was grant. Along with Eva Emily Dragon Ball and Hasbro Turbo in 2004. Hopefully she'll return to this program very, very soon. RKG, the Dream You Call Your Fangirl, Never 9, The Buckets, The Bob Academy Show, Bob Academy, 11 Podcast, Late Night Places, Vicky Comedy, Luca Pikapuki, Pierre Kelly, Pierre's Nostalgia Corner, Bill Gibson, Marvin May, I Talk About Studios, Cassie Dragon, Sophie Dragon, Ord, and Eclipse Joel 8, the Legacy Hero. Please check all of those people out now. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to find out what's up. What's up with hairbrushes? They know how to brush your hair. What? It's true. It can't all be jokes, folks, okay? Experts want you to clean your hairbrushes before they gather a lot of bacteria. Wow. Very medical. And hey, get the old brushes out. The Mason Pearson brushes have been popular for 141 years because they make your hair feel soft. Hold it. Every hairbrush does that. Come on. Really? My goodness gracious. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for another top 8 list. MP, Burgers, let's get this over with. You got boss cards category, top 8 things that hairbrushes can't do. Number 8, sing. Number 7, dance. Number 6, communicate with you. Number 5, wear clothes. Number 4, walk. Number 3, run. Number 2, write jokes. And number 1, tell jokes. Well, that was pretty odd. Yeah, it was also very ironic. Yeah, you're telling me. Let's move on with the rest of the show. Good idea. Thank you very much, boys. Thanks a lot. You know, do a hashtag Weeknight Update, hashtag Elder for Late Night, hashtag Elder for the ultimate hashtag for LeBron, and hashtag Autism is awesome. Get those hashtags across social media, please. Drive out, like this thing, subscribe, and go check and chat the comment section down below. Whatever you do, please do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with the MP3 monologue, Toy Story, the VHS Spotlight, a moment for everyone talking time and advice, and this week's Countdown of the Week question. Remember, this is still Weeknight Update, and now here it is, your Bob of the Night. Ooh.
Just gonna spray a little perfume on for my date. Oh, that's too much.
Swamis go for meditation.
Vampires need to bite.
But if you're hooked on classic TV,
You need Nick at Night.
Carpet myth number 2.
It just takes forever to buy carpeting and get it installed.
Ever Empire explodes that myth. We can get the job done in 72 hours. If you call Empire now, we'll come out, show you our samples, measure your rooms, install your carpet, give you a free phone or shampooer, and offer you a great credit plan, all in 72 hours.
I got mine in 3 days.
588-2300 Empire.
For years, I've been telling you what a really nutritious and great-tasting breakfast cereal Product 19 is. Well, now there's a new Product 19. New because it has more nutrition, so much more that it's now classified as a multivitamin and iron supplement cereal with 100% of the U.S. recommended daily allowances for 10 vitamins and iron. All that nutrition in great-tasting flakes. Enjoy the multivitamin and iron supplement cereal, Kellogg's new Product 19.
Welcome back to Week Update. Toys Gaming Spot. I have another story for everyone in a few moments. But first, brush your hair and enjoy the in-between monologue. Hairbrushes are supposed to help you keep your scalp and your hair nice, healthy, and clean. Wait, didn't you learn that from your parents and your teachers? The first U.S. patent for the modern hairbrush was in 1854. Up until then, goats had to take care of everyone's hair. In 1898, Lida D. Newman patented the improved and durable hairbrush. In other words, Lida made a hairbrush that wasn't made out of rocks and dirt. Brushing your hair with a hairbrush will reduce the oily roots and dry ends that might be in your hair. Thanks for always helping us out, hairbrushes. And finally, hairbrushes should be replaced every 6 to 12 months. I guess they're not sturdy enough to last another 10 years, huh? Woo! Wait! I have said a mouthful. Let's take a deep breath. And say hello to Tori's Gaming Spot because it's time once again for Tori's Story. Hello, Tori!
Hey guys, Tori Mullins here, and welcome back to Tori's Story. So the next story I'm going to be telling you is about hairbrushes. And here's the story. Once upon a time, a fair young maiden received a package in the mail. It had lots of special stamps on it, and it came all the way across the water from merry old England. The fair maiden was so excited as she unwrapped that packaging. Nestled inside was a hairbrush, beautifully made of wood. This hairbrush had her name painted on it in pink. Caroline looked upon the brush with wonder and not a little trepidation. This young maiden distrusted hairbrushes mightily in her vast experience, they hurt those fair fine curls tangled upon each other when she slept and created such muddled mess that hairbrushes were feared more than dragons in the maiden's household. But look at this hairbrush. It came all the way from England, and upon it is inscribed. Oh my! Be still, small heart. And she shouts, Katie, the Queen of England sent me a magic hairbrush. We brushed. It was indeed a quite remarkable hairbrush, and it did make the dreaded chore more pleasant. But soon it was resolved that perhaps taking a few inches off the long and lovely mane of hair would help keep it from tangling so. And we did, very carefully following all the curly girl rules. We trimmed. It looked lovely, really. The fair maiden was quite pleased. The wee littlest maiden thought that she too would like a wee haircut. Her mamma put her in the chair and made scissors sounds close to her ear. But nary a snip fell. No, the mamma was not yet ready to part with the baby wisps. She thought ahead to the enchanted tea party planned. She wanted a picture of this littlest dear, with that littlest dear, two darling heads with hair that looked like the gnomes were making mischief in there while they slept. No, the haircut should wait. After the tea party, she told the curly maiden, we'll give the wee one a proper trim. Alas, the young maiden with golden curls fell ill on the day of the enchanted tea party. There was much weeping, and there were no photos. There was no haircut. 3 days later, the fair maiden was overcome with horror at the sight of wee one's tangles. Her mamma was wrapping packages nearby. Fairchild quietly came up behind her and took the shiny scissors from the table. Shh, she said to wee one. Be very quiet. I will give you a curly hair. The wee one very much wanted curly hair. Fair maiden then cut off every single tangle and every bit of bang, and then she swept all those golden wisps into the trash. The mamma gasped and laughed and cried, and then she dearly wished that the hairbrush from Merry England were indeed magic. If only. The end. That's the story about hairbrushes. So, stay tuned where I tell the next story. Bye, guys!
Thank you very much, Tori. That was an incredible story. And now, we must go to the other side of the newsroom where Anthony Showbot is standing by for yet another installment of the VHS Spotlight. Anthony, take it away, please.
Everybody on YouTube, this is your favorite YouTuber, Anthony Chabot, the Midnight Hour's #1 YouTube Midnight Hour's movie. It's time for Kungi Miller's VHS Spotlight. And here we're going to spotlight the one and only rare OnlyFans VHS. Work sucks to be a vampire. Good and everything. That's my crush, Jessa. That's Adrian. That's Ava. Candace Bowling. Meredith. The Legend Ginger Allen. Ellie Church and Drew Marvick. A wannabe monster hunter, West, discovered a band of traveling vampires moved to his town. West falls for a manic pixel dream vamp Reese, Candace Bowling, with her sister devoured the local town people led by the rootless Scarlet. Nina Lynn Kemp, the band of force turning attention to West and the conspiracy theorist friend. Failing his life, West helped vampires develop their app to turn the victims into customers. Good tape and everything. I got this last week. OnlyFans 2025. This is a rare tape. Not going much to figure out from there. And I love vampires. Vampire movies are good. I got Lost Boys. I need to get Sinners at some point. And I'll tell you which it has. It has the AMP production logo, the Neo Plus, the logo at the start of the film, has the end credits, has the OnlyFans end credits, the OnlyFans menu, the blue screen of death. What I think about this movie is a great movie. OnlyFans is good, and that's my VHS Spotlight. Now please subscribe. VHS Spotlight, I like the part when Adrian said, "That's only the best part!" and everything. I thought that was great movie. OnlyFans is a vampire movie. What I think about this movie, it's one of the best movies. I saw it on Bloodstream. So yeah, OnlyFans is a great movie. So yeah, please subscribe to this YouTube channel, Anthony Chabot, my other YouTube channel, Pop Copic, Midnight Hours #1 YouTube Midnight Hours movie. Wonder Man. For me on Instagram, David Motion, Blue Sky, my Rumble. My Pixeloid's not working right now. Chest catch that with Fun No. Click on vacation when I do come on for more fun. So if I got 350 subs, and I got 1.21k subs. The road is 200 subs to news. You can follow me on community channel. I do a podcast on Poppy. That'll be up this week on that. What I think about this OnlyFans tape, it's 100 out of 100. Yeah, and it says, "We are the Monster Squad" and everything. OnlyFans is a good tape. OnlyFans is good. So yeah, OnlyFans is an awesome movie. So yeah, this is your boy signing out. So yeah, Anthony out.
Thank you very much, Anthony. I hope that everyone will go to the stores and find that VHS tape. How about a moment for everyone, huh? As you can probably tell, this episode of Weeknight Update is all about hairbrushes. Of course, a lot of you are probably asking me the same question in the comments. Why? Well, let me tell you why. Hairbrushes are cool and important. I mean, come on, without hairbrushes, your hair would be all over the place, and that would not be a good look. Trust me, you need a hairbrush. In fact, hey Adam, can you do me a favor? I'm sorry for interrupting, but can you get a hairbrush from my room? Because I want to show you how important it is to use a hairbrush. Alright? Thank you. You see, when you use a hairbrush, your hair will look nice and neat. See what I'm doing now? That's right. I am brushing my hair. Can you imagine any other host doing this? No. So, please, respect the hairbrush. Please. Hey, let's have a little talking time, huh? Now, I just showed you how important it is to use a hairbrush, but I have found an article that will make you think twice before using an old hairbrush. You see, hairbrushes, according to this article, should be cleaned every so often, so that way your hairbrushes won't have to deal with the hair buildup and the scalp buildup and the product buildup. Because too much buildup can result in your hairbrush having a lot of bacteria, which will not only make you sick, but also give you dandruff. And believe me, having dandruff is not cool. Oh no, it is not cool at all. Now, over 141 years ago, the very first Mason Pearson brush was sold. That's right. The Mason Pearson brushes started selling like hotcakes in the late 19th century. That's right. Apparently, they have been selling like hotcakes because of the fact that the brushes make it easier for everyone to have soft hair. Really? You know, Sometimes the articles are getting on my nerves. But what can you do? What can you do? Hey, how about some random advice for the world, huh? Always brush your hair with a hairbrush. Never use a hairbrush to take care of a cactus. Trust me, that would not be right. If you give a mouse a hairbrush, then the mouse will be ready for a date with a block of cheese. If you give a cactus a hairbrush, then that cactus will destroy that hairbrush in less than 25 seconds. If you decide to make a cartoon series on YouTube, then try making a cartoon series about a talking hairbrush. You'll get a lot of views and a lot of people saying LOL in the comments. And finally, if you find yourself dancing with the hairbrush in your dreams, then please see a doctor because you have a problem. Now, let's go over this week's comment of the week question, shall we? This week's comment of the week question is: if you could make a cartoon about a donut that wears sunglasses and paints a painting of a dancing paintbrush, a cool jar of paint, and a wild hairbrush, then what would you call that cartoon? Go over to the post section of my YouTube channel page and answer that question as honestly and as thoughtfully as you can. Tomorrow night on this program, you and I will talk about paintbrushes together. Then we'll talk about paint on Wednesday, sunglasses on Thursday, and donuts on Friday. Always Gaming Spot will be here all week, and mild shocker quick and freight teas, and cartoons and GD Cube, the YouTube aka GD Cube, will be here on Friday. Will Abraham the Dragon Ball and Hasbro Celebrant 2004 be here as well? I don't know, but I do know this. That's the news. I'm out, skis, 4x4.
Swamis go for meditation.
Vampires need to bite.
But if you're hooked on classic TV,
You need Nick at Night.